EDC25 Ultra Slim Tactical EDC Flashlight. Alright, we'll take a little look around the box here. So this is the front. There is the side. The back. There is the other side. Bottom here has the barcode and the top. Now Nitecore's packaging is pretty nice. I actually got two things in from them. I've already filmed the other video. This is going to be the one that comes out first though. So you open that, box is empty. Open this up. We've got the user manual. These are all black and white. They just unfold. Got our warranty card. There is a QR code to scan on the back if you want to register it. We've got a charging cable. This is USB to USB-C. This is nice. That'll be quick charging with the USB-C. Does come with a lanyard. And then you flip it over. And there is our light. Now when Nitecore sent this and another light out to the channel, I was super excited about this light. I am a huge fan of these flat flashlights. Now I've had this one on the channel. This is the Olight Arcfeld. You can see how beat up it is. This is the light I carry every day at work. And this has been a great light. Now on the weekends I carry this. This is my Monstrum. And it is also a flat light. So when they sent this out, I was super excited to do this review. Alright, let's get into the specs of the Nitecore EDC25. So this has an overall length of 5.3 inches. The width on this is 1.24 inches. And it is only 0.54 inches thick. The weight is 3.67 ounces. Now, if we look at the front here, this does have two Nightlab UHI 20 LEDs in it. Now, the EDC25 does have a built-in 1700 milliamp battery. Now, when you want to charge the EDC25, you've got your little USB-C port door right here. Pop that back, that exposes that port. Push it back in, just like that. Does have a very heavy duty belt clip on it. And if you look here, it's got like stippling on the sides to hold this light. It's just a really, really nice design. And we're going to get into the modes here in a bit. But if you forget how to use the modes, they actually have everything explained on the back of the light. Now the max output on the EDC25 is 3000 lumens. It does have a max distance of 300 meters, and this is putting out 22,500 candela. Alright, now we're going to get into using this light, and there is a little bit of a learning curve to this light. So if you look on the back, we have two buttons. We've got the bigger rectangle button here. Got really nice stippling on that, and the same with our small square button. Alright, now if we look here at the top, on the left we have our battery indicator. So we'll turn that on. Right now we've got 3 bars of power. Now if you look over here to the right, you have your output. So right now we are on high, and now we are on the lowest setting. Now, to turn the light on, you're going to long press this real quick, your small square button, just like that, and it's on. Now, when you use this button, you'll notice if you lightly push it, this is how you toggle between your brightness settings. And if you want to turn it off, you long press it again, but you have to long press it fast. Just like that. That turns it off. Now your big rectangle button, this is a programmable button. So you can run this on the turbo mode, which is what I've got it set on now. And it's a momentary button. So you just hold it and it turns on to the turbo. But you can program this button to run the strobe. So in order to do that, you hold down on the rectangle and you long press this one time, and now you're in strobe mode. And if you want to go back to turbo, long press it real quick again, and that puts it back to turbo. Now this light also has a lockout mode, and a lot of people will want to use the lockout mode because when you're carrying these in your pocket, and if they do get turned on, you can get burnt on these high output lights like this. So if you want to run it on lockout mode, what you're going to do, you're going to turn it on with that long press on your small square button. Now you're going to turn it off. You're going to hold it down, long press it, hold it down, and now you see the red lock just flashed. Now if you go to hit this, even if you long press it, that red light's going to keep flashing and the light is locked out. Now to unlock it, what you're going to do, you have to short tap this twice and then hold down until the light comes on. So like I said, when you get this light, you're going to notice your small square button has two functions. You've got the short press and then the long press to turn it off. So now the light is off and I have the lock mode turned off. So now I can long press it again and it turns on. Okay, one other really cool feature on this. Let's long press to turn it on. Okay, we're on, and we're on the lowest setting right now. So let's turn this up. Okay, we're on the third setting. Long press it to turn it off. Long press it to turn it back on. And it will keep the last setting you had it on in the memory. And the last feature on this, if you want to just run it on the very lowest setting, you can short press and hold your square button and it will turn it on the lowest setting. Alright, I got the lights turned down in the studio, and now what I want to do is we're going to talk about the lumen output on all the different settings. So we're going to go ahead and long press to turn it on. Okay, and we're going to go down to the lowest setting. So this is called ultra low. This is 15 lumens. We're going to touch it again. Now we're in low. This is putting out 65 lumens. Now we're at the mid-range and we're putting out 200 lumens. And now we're on the high setting and we're putting out 1000 lumens. Now when you do cycle through these, so if you're on the lowest setting, okay, which we are right now, and once those lights go off, you're going to have to lightly tap your square button, wait till your indicator lights come on, and hit it again. And that puts you on low. So you're basically going to be hitting that twice if the lights go out. Now when the indicator lights are on, you can sit and just short tap it and go back and forth between all of your settings. But let's say here we're on low and the indicator lights are going to go off. Now if we hit it again, it's going to stay on low, so we have to hit it twice. Now if you want to use the turbo mode, you use the big rectangle button like we talked about before, and that is your 3000 lumens. And that is momentary. So when you want to keep it on in turbo, you have to hold it. And it does get extremely hot the longer you hold that button down and leave it on turbo. All right, we're out here in the backyard. It's after dark. That tree that we're shining the light on right now is about 25 yards away. Now that is on the lowest setting. There's our next setting. There's our third brightness setting. And there is high. And now let's try turbo. All right, now we're out here on the back edge of my property, and I've got this on the lowest setting. And that tree line you see out there, that's about 200 yards out. I cannot see the tree line on the lowest setting. Now we're on the next setting. Okay, now there's our third brightest setting. Now our fourth. Now I can see that tree line at 200 yards. We'll shut it off and go turbo. Now I can see everything on the edge of that tree line at 200 yards. All right, now what I want to do is compare two different lights. So here's our EDC25. We're back on that tree at 25 yards. You can see a little bit of the tree. Now we have the O-Light arc feld on the lowest setting, and it is not lighting anything up on that tree. Now we're on our next setting with the EDC25, and now the arc feld on the medium setting. Still barely getting anything there on the tree. All right, now we're on our third brightest setting with the EDC25, and our third brightest setting with the arc feld. All right, now there is our turbo setting with the EDC25. And there is our turbo setting with the arc feld. Big difference between the two. All right, now I'm going to show you what the Monstrum light looks like. But we've only got two settings on the Monstrum. So there is on. It's not very bright. And then there is turbo with the Monstrum. So the EDC25 definitely outperforms both the arc feld and the Monstrum. All right, my first impressions of this EDC25 from Nitecore, I really like this light. In fact, I think this is probably going to be my new everyday carry light. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it due to the fact it is a little longer than the arc feld that I've been carrying for a little over a year now. But thickness wise, they're exactly the same. And honestly, this thing just blows that arc feld out of the water. Now, one of the big things about the arc feld and even the Monstrum light, these both have laser pointers on them. When I first got the arc feld, I actually thought I was going to use that laser pointer a lot at work to point things out that are wrong, but I don't ever use it, so I don't think I'm going to miss it at all. Now, I can also tell by looking at this belt clip that it's definitely heavy duty. I don't think we're going to have any issues with that breaking at work, and it's just really comfortable in the hand. Even if you're holding it like this, it's easy to run the controls on it. So I definitely have to say, out of the three flat flashlights that I have, this is definitely my favorite. Now, before we get out of here, there are a couple cons I want to talk about. One, the buttons. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there is a little bit of a learning curve to using these, but I think actually after I carry this for a few days, everything will be just fine. Now, turning it on, super easy, but I did notice, like, cycling through the brightness settings, you just gotta watch how hard you hit that, because you'll end up just turning it right back off. But like I said, I'll get used to that. One other thing I would really like to see them do is like a double-sided clip. This will be really nice putting it in my pocket, but I'd like to see it go this way also, where you could actually clip this on your hat, because it's such a thin light. This would make a great hands-free light if they would do an update to the belt clip. So maybe down the road in a Gen 2 feature they can do that. I did notice also too, charges up pretty quick. I did put a full charge on it before we took it outside. So far, I think this is going to be an awesome light. Now I'm going to carry this for the next 30 days and we'll come back and do a 30-day follow-up on this. It'll probably get beat up pretty good at work, so we'll see how tough it is. Well, I really want to thank Nitecore for sending this out to the channel. This is super cool, and I look forward to doing some more work with them in the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.